E3 has been digital this year because of the pandemic, and before it became E503 with a crashing website on Saturday, Chasing XP were there with media access. Dodging the predictable dripping mouths watching Battlefield and Elden Ring reveals, we have kept our eyes firmly on the indie scene with a plethora of games being revealed through the Day of the Devs, the fantastic tongue-in-cheek Devolver show, and the Guerrilla Collective's presentation. In all, the games presented topped 100 over the last 3 or 4 days. Sifting through all of this, I'm bringing you my top 5 indie games featured at E3 2021, most of which are due out in the next 6 months. My name's Stephen Daughton, this is Chasing XP and the top 5 from E3 2021. First up, Moolander.
That was tough. Hamilton, some beast is looking at us. Whoa, would you look at that? Mars is one heck of a planet, so green and beautiful.
Let's just be careful, sir.
A beautiful looking but mad game based around cows and the pursuit of milk to save your planet. I know, but trust me, this is ace. Working like a platformer, it looks very much like Gris, but unlike that game, Moolander opts for some wondrous humour, and then starts throwing in RPG upgrade trees, speech choices and shooter elements. None of this is overwhelming, and all of it delivers a mightily impressive game from the Bulgarian development team, who are richly deserving of their showcase spot at E3 this year. I'm led to believe that all the talk of herd immunity this pandemic is actually a reference to God mode in Moolander, and if that doesn't help you walk on sand, then you lack toes. Moolander is vastly better than my jokes and is out in spring 2022, but a playable demo is available now over on Steam, and I strongly urge you to move over there and check it out. Second, Sable. From Shedworks, a 2-man development team founded in a shed in North London. You play Sable, a young nomad girl, guiding her from a third-person perspective. This 3D puzzle platformer has been on my radar and wish list for some time now. Showcased as part of the Guerrilla Collective, it is a gorgeous-looking game that makes you feel like the Mandalorian on your own land speeder. Explore the remnants of ancient civilizations, glide, hover, leap your way to the treasures and answers, and forge your path through a rite of passage in this strange, beautiful world. Sable promises to be a wondrous adventure when it is released later this year. Third on my list of highlights is Severed Steel, a super cool looking FPS, heavy on the bullet time stunts and neon, making it feel like the violent child of Superhot and Far Cry Blood Dragon. The development team of Greylock Studio described the game as stylized gun violence and bloodshed. It oozes pace and action against a glossy cyberpunk Matrix-like backdrop. It does not yet have an official release date, but given it was included in this year's Guerrilla Collective during E3, you can probably expect it to somersault onto your monitor and double tap you in the eyeballs sometime in the next 12 months. Fourth up is GRIME, a Metroidvania Souls-like platformer from Clover Studio. Due to be released from the ever-reliable Akapara Games, you are the product of some form of vacuum collapse in a side-scrolling adventure where you explore your surroundings, meeting interesting enemies, and destroy them all. absorbing their powers, allowing you to grow with each victory. Surreal, beautiful, and with options to vary your playstyle through skill choices, GRIME drops later this year and promises to be an action RPG combat fest. So eyes peeled for this dark fantasy. Last up on my list is Last Stop. Set in London, this is a third-person adventure where you play as 3 different characters, all set on a supernatural collision course. Developed by Variable State, who won a BAFTA for the FBI adventure Virginia in 2016, an unexpected body swap, a game of amateur detective that goes wrong, and an ex-spy trying to save her family from threats of a blackmailer. Last Stop promises to be a rich story of adventure and intrigue.
This is the next frontier. Now show them what you're made of.
That's my top 5 rounding out E3 2021. But be sure to check out Jeff Neighbour's top 5 from E3. They're completely different to mine and just as awesome looking. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up for this video. And if you want to be the first to see our new stuff, then subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to receive notifications.